All right, everybody, welcome to the Heal the Industry podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Vance, and today's episode is really special because we are talking about what it actually looks like to build something together in the industry. As some of you know, I own 2 salon locations. My first location was up in Oregon, and my second location is down in Texas, few states apart. So today we're going to be talking about what it looks like living in that, and also what it looks like to build alongside people and collaboratively working together for a common goal. So today we have my business partner with my Oregon location, which this is so exciting because this is the first time we've publicly announced this. My business partner with my Oregon location, Andi. Andi, why don't you go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in the industry for?
Oh my goodness. Talking about myself is not my strong suit, but I'm Andi. I've been in the industry kind of off and on. I first went to beauty school so many moons ago. It feels like right out of high school, 2007, 2008. I fell in love, did some traveling, kept one foot in the door with the industry, and then had babies.
Mm-hmm.
And, my babies were, gosh, how old were they when I decided I wanted to fully commit and come back? Gosh, they were like 8 and 10, I think. And I was just having an honest conversation with them one night and about just like, you guys can do anything. Like, we're just that conversation of, what do you want to be when you grow up? It changes so many times when they're little. It's cute. But I remember my oldest, she said, well, what would you do if you could do anything? And I said, well, I used to do it. And it was hair, and that was my passion. And I said, that's what I would do. And she looked at me and she says, then why are you doing it?
Oh,
and I was like, that was the moment where I was like, you know what? You guys are at a good age right now. Like, I could go back to doing hair. Why can't I go back to doing hair? And, but I had been at it a bit for a while. We had traveled states and I was raising babies, and I called Oregon up and I said, what would it take for me to get my license back? And they're like, well, you have to go back to school.
no.
I have to do what? But I did it. I went back to school and committed to that and got through it really fast. And that, actually it was a really fun experience. I was a little nervous because I'm like, I'm going to be like the oldest one there. I'm going to be like everybody's mom.
Yeah, totally.
And it kind of was, but it was fine. I built some good relationships, committed, got through it. Found NOVA Strands right out of school. I remember walking past the salon and looking in the windows and just thinking like, oh my gosh, this place is so beautiful. And they weren't open. You guys weren't, it wasn't open at the time. It was just after hours. And I'm like, I'm gonna message them and see if they have any spots open. And sure enough, you did. And I walked in there and I met with Bree, and funny story, I've actually met Bree previously. So I was like, hey, like, I know you. And we connected right away, and the salon, and I feel like I retell this all the time as I'm interviewing people who are interested in the space. It just felt like home. Like you just walked in and instantly it was just like, oh my gosh, like this is it. It's just that feeling, right? It's just like warm and fuzzy and it just feels good. The atmosphere, the people, you could tell right off the bat that everybody there like genuinely wants to be there, not just because their passion for hair, but because that's where they want to be. And it just feels so special. And so I've been there ever since, and here we are today. Like,
I love it.
It feels like a dream, but sometimes I do have to pinch myself because when you are like living your passion, they say like find something that you love doing and you'll feel like you never work a day in your life. And it truly does feel like that. I mean, let's be honest. Sometimes we have busy, crazy weeks,
Yeah.
But like I do sometimes, like I will find myself just like washing people's hair and like, how cool. Like this is like what I get to do. Like, and then to like be in the position now where we're like building something that's like unstoppable and so amazing. And I get to like bring on new people and share the magic with them. It's so cool. So cool.
Oh my gosh. There's like, I love this so much because like I'm listening to you, I'm like, oh man, like the Lord was just like guiding you all along the way. And like speaking through your children, like there's nothing like a childlike faith. Like
Uh-huh.
honestly, us like as humans, like we overcome like in adults rather,
Yeah.
more so. As adults, like we tend to overcomplicate things. And I love that your daughters were like, well, mom, like the thing that's like right here is like, well, why don't you just do that? It's like, oh yeah,
Yep.
well, why don't I just do that? And then
Uh-huh.
it's like, then you move obediently, and it's like, oh, it's actually, I have to do a little bit more. Well, it's like he's showing you, well, how bad do you want it? Right. And
Mhm.
being able to put that to the side of just like, yeah, I got to go back to school. Like it's a humble slice of pie, right? Like,
Right.
uh, but there's so, and I had to do the same thing when I moved states too. And I thought the
Yeah.
same thing, like I want to be Mama Ashley in
Uh-huh.
the salon.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. And then, yeah, like when you came into the salon, like I love that. It's always a true sentiment to me is when I hear people say that, like it just feels good in here. Like we've had so many clients come into the salon and say that as clients. And
Yeah.
so when a stylist comes in and says that, that to me is like, oh, so you're going to protect that because you know how important it is and how special it is. And it's not very many places in this world where you can walk into and feel like that peace. And it's on purpose and it's so intentional. And it's the people that we have inside of the salon protecting that, that is what makes it so special for fellow stylists and clients as well. And when you said that, I was like, oh, she gets it. She
Yeah.
understands. Like she knows.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah, we have clients all the time. They're like, "Oh, it's just so beautiful in here. It feels so peaceful. It feels so
Yeah.
homey." And I'm like, "I know. Isn't it great?"
It's awesome. Take a
It's
seat. Let's
it's
treat
on
you.
purpose. Like, yes. Yeah. Like, I'm glad you're here.
It's
Totally.
it's
Yeah.
all those little details and like people upholding those details that like makes the hugest difference, you know?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So in like your time and being at the salon and like, the whole time that you've been at the salon, I've been an out of state owner.
Yeah. Yep.
So for sure, something that's been so important to me is like trust and having people in the salon that I can trust, and there's no roadmap with being an out of state owner. Like there was no, sign up for this course and this is the framework that you follow to be able to build a team that will sustain whether you're there or not. And so that was a huge like walk of faith for me, but also for the stylists who have chosen to be inside of a salon like that.
Yeah.
So for you being just a stylist in that season, what was it like for you with having a owner that was out of state at the salon?
Honestly, the mission and the framework that you have so clearly laid out for us, I just think like fully enables every stylist, even if they're not in a management position, to just be very clear on, the expectations in the salon. And because we've been so intentional, or you've been so intentional on bringing people who were in there before I got there, I mean, it's truly a special, special group of people. And they feel the same way I do about the salon, and as far as it feels good in here.
Mhm.
And because they feel that way, they want to protect that too.
Mhm.
And all of the systems and processes that we have really enabled us to it's just been kind of smooth sailing. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've switched systems and we've ran into like, there's been bumps, but
Hiccups,
there always will be hiccups, but it truly is amazing how, the systems and processes that were laid out have really helped their crew just be able to sustain no matter what, like no matter
Yeah.
who's there. So
Yeah, totally. Well, and when you started out too in the industry, where I know sometimes it's like peeling back like an onion layer by layer.
yeah.
Where did you see yourself like going? Like when you just started out, like what was your big vision, big goal for what it was that you were building?
I honestly, coming in to Nova Strands, I was just grateful to be a part of such an awesome group of people. I've been in other salons. I've seen,
Mm.
back in it was a long time ago. I've seen other dynamics. And so I've seen how it can be. And I
Mhm.
think, to what I'm speaking of, it can be a very, maybe catty or slightly just emotionally taxing
Mhm.
environment at times, um and I think I was just in the beginning just like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing, to
Mhm.
wind up here and to be and to feel like when you go to work you're just like hanging out with your family, like that's just your second home, right? Like
Yeah.
those are your family members. And to be like that close and have like those connections with your coworkers, I was just grateful. When I started to think of like, okay, like where do I go from here? I think at the time it was like, okay, well, I'm going to, try to take on some of these other projects and things and see like, if how I can help, like how can I help lead? How can I help, with you being out of state and, at the time Bree managing,
Mhm.
I'm like, how can I help Bree?
Mhm.
What can I do to make her job easier, to make your job easier being out of state? And kind of just like naturally just started to do those things anyways. I think as moms, maybe it's kind of like, I don't know, you just have this natural act to like want to care, or
Mhm.
like want to take
Mhm.
care, or
Mhm.
like you get the things done. You don't really necessarily need to be asked to do it. You kind of just go and you get it done.
Yeah.
Um, so kind of that, just I'm just myself. I don't know. I was just being myself. And then I remember you came to me and you're like, hey, like, did you want to take over? Like, how about operations? And I'm like, I would love to. I mean, it's what I used to do. So I'm like, I would love to do that. And so did the inventory and all that. And all of our, making sure our guests had all their snacks and beverages and the salon was stocked up.
Yeah.
Um, and just like running the day to day. And then I guess I just didn't really know where it was going to go from there. I was just there to serve. Um,
Mhm.
and whatever aspect that meant, like whatever the team needed, I was there to
Mhm.
provide that. Um, when the opportunity presented itself, I definitely had like goosebumps and a pinch me moment because I feel like back in the day, like when I initially went to school, that was like, I'm going to build something
Mhm.
and I want to build something that like, people will remember
Mhm.
and, or I will even impact, in some way for, whether it was my kids or my family or whatever. And so definitely when we brought up the partnership, I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like it's happening. And I
Yeah.
think that's just one of those moments where you maybe aren't intentionally like super laser focused on this is what I'm going after, right? Because we didn't
Mhm.
know at the time that that was going to be something that was going to happen. Um, but I think that was like you said, it's God leading you to your
Yes.
purpose, anyways, of like, this is what you're meant to do. So just obey and listen
Right.
and follow and believe. And I think that's what I did. I mean, that's kind of, that's what led
Yeah.
me here.
Well,
So
and I completely agree. Everything that you're saying is like literally making me tear up because I'm like,
yeah.
it's so wonderful how like when you can be open, how God can lead you, like just like you said. And I remember with being out of state and not knowing what to do, I leaned heavily into the systems and processes because I'm like, I want people to just know what to do if, you know, whatever comes up. Like, I wanted people to want me to be around, but not need me to be around. Like, to not feel like they're abandoned, right?
Right.
I wanted everyone to be set up for success. But as amazing as the salon that we've like built over the years and all the systems and processes, the one thing that I would always hear was, it's just different when you're here.
Yeah.
And it goes, and it's vice versa too. It's like when I'm not at the Texas salon, that's exactly what I hear also. And as much as I was like, oh, like that's so sweet, but like I can't be everywhere. I can't physically be in all these places. As much as I would honestly like to think that it's me in particular, it's just truly like a salon desiring a leader to
Yeah.
be in that space regularly. And, you know, oh gosh, I'll collect myself here. Um, it's I've had people before in the way past of like empowering them to be managers and me wanting it more than them and
Yeah.
having to drag along and be like, yes, I need you to do this. And then it not getting done, or me wanting it more than them. And it's not just in managers, but like in stylists and just everything. And I've learned over these last several years is if you want it more than somebody else, you are depleting the light that's inside of you, and you're depleting the light that's inside of them, because if they don't want it for themselves, you're trying to bend them to your will of what you want them
Yeah.
to be versus who God created them to be, right? And
Mhm.
so when I first met you, I'm like, man, instant connection. We had so much in common, like kids and moms, and just a deep desire to like serve and make a difference. And little by little, with like adding responsibilities and opportunities to you and seeing you light up and get excited. And I'm like, oh, she wants this. Like, this is so exciting, because when you want it, like as much as somebody else does, like you move so much further and faster together. Because honestly, every time like you and I get on the phone or we're talking about whatever like is going on in the salons, or we want to build or grow from, like we're just pinging back and forth off of each other, and like magic is truly happening. And it makes me so excited for what the future holds and what we're building together. And honestly, there's so many times where, God's shown me like, you need to go through this next door, and it's me kind of trailblazing, hence heal the industry and
Yeah.
like against what the norms are. And it makes me like sweat.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me, because my deepest, truest knowing of myself is I will do it, but I don't want to do it alone.
Mm-mm.
I didn't have zero desire to want to be alone. Like, I want to be around community, and I want to create through like these things that God's presented to me to like go build and do, create other opportunities for those who want to be a part of it and who are excited about what it is that we are creating. And like truly, I feel like Oregon is that salon location is going to grow into something that is truly so unstoppable and so beautiful. What I've always like seen it could be and become, but that is because you've seen the desire and you want to rise, and because you're obediently rising that occasion is why that salon is going to truly thrive. And so I'm so excited about this future and what we've been working on together. It's so thrilling.
Oh my gosh, me too. Me too. Like it gives me goosebumps. So, like
Yeah,
every time I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. Honestly,
it's
just for this year too. I feel like I just feel it. Like this year is gonna be amazing.
yeah,
Amazing.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Even when, which funny side story, you guys. So at the salon in Oregon, we had a bit of a leak that happened in the ceiling.
Yes, we did.
And we contacted property management for them to come look at it. And then literally yesterday, Andi calls me and said, so they moved the tile and literally our salon got baptized yesterday with like a flood of water that came in. But and normally I'll say the reason why I'm bringing this story up is normally I would start like freaking out, being like, oh my gosh, like I got to get on a plane, or oh my gosh, like I got to get my husband on a plane to get out there because it's going to cause damage to the salon and there's going to be all these things and all these like issues. But instead, I had Andi calling me being like, hey, this is what happened. This is what we did. Do you want to follow up with property management on this? And then we can create a game plan going forward. I'm like, oh, man, what a cool place like to be. Is like your salon can be getting flooded, baptized is what we're going to call it, christened.
Yeah.
And you can laugh about it like in the moment and the day after and just know like it's all going to be fine because
Yep.
you're not having to face whatever problems like alone. You're working together with somebody who has that vested interest. And God put it on your heart, Andi, too, to like lead and forge and create something. But like, how cool is like you don't have to do it alone, right?
That's the best part. It's the best part.
Because also, like, side story is Andi's husband owns his own business.
Mm-hmm.
And so, two entrepreneurs.
Yep. Yes. It's a
Which
busy life.
she's been doing the most, being her husband's been working out of state, holding down the fort at home, holding down the fort at the salon, like, and doing and serving still with abundance and a smile on her face. And you would never know, like, I have to say this because I don't think many stylists do this, and I want to challenge the listeners. Like, life and it can be hard, but it's all through the lens that you look at it through. Like, this is just a season and it can either happen to you or for you. And I just have to applaud you, Andi, because even though you've had challenging year and you just show up every single day, you would never know the weight that you carry, like from doing all the things and being an amazing, exceptional wife, an amazing, exceptional mom, like so present, prioritizing being at every single sporting event, coming in, being that sounding board for the girls, like whatever they need, and pouring into your clients. Like, you would never know all the things. Like, you truly do such a good job at like being fully present and in the moment and just being like, okay, let's go. And like with a smile on your face. Like, I think that is such a strength because it's not a front, it's who you are.
Yeah.
And it's a testament for your strength and the joy and the light that you bring to the world. And I like so fiercely want to protect it because you do have such an amazing capacity. Like, we were going to record this podcast on Sunday and I was like looking at her calendar and I was like, well, as selfishly, I would love to record this podcast on Sunday so it would post on Monday. But I want you to have the day off. I want you to rest. This can wait and we can do it on a day where you're already working. Just be home. It's so important to protect that,
I totally agree. I think though, when going back to just like loving what you do so much and loving the people that you work with so much and you have that vested interest, I think that it kind of makes it easy for like whatever you're carrying to leave it at the door when you walk in. And because it's just kind of like, okay, this is me time. Like, this is me serving my clients. This is like, I get to just like drop this right here. I can pick it up when I leave.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of nice because it's,
Yeah.
it feels like my thing. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
like,
your sanctuary.
Exactly. That's the perfect word for it. It's my sanctuary. So it's where I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, because
Whatever I'm carrying, I'm good.
exactly. One, it's all going to be waiting for you, like when you walk out those doors. Like it's not carrying it all of the time. Like it's so healthy. And it does, it
Mhm.
protects the thing that you love to do so much. Like
Yes.
also, it's important to protect the thing that you love to do so much and not overdo it, that then you don't love the thing that you do so much, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't build on burnout.
No. No, we don't. We don't.
It's so good. It's so great. And so, um, what's like something like with now you being a partner at the Oregon location, what's something that you are most eager, most excited about that you are going to be bringing as the face and the leader at that salon location?
Yeah. So right now, my focus is we got to bring more beautiful souls to join our team. Um, I feel like that job is it's so important in protecting the culture of our salon because it's so good right now. And so that process is kind of multiple step process and kind of vetting anybody who applies and making sure that we're bringing on like-minded individuals who are truly going to just like be that puzzle piece, just
Mhm.
fit right in with the group. Um, so that's definitely one of my top priorities right now is filling her up with the right people.
Yeah.
And then I would love to start inviting the community in more. So maybe bringing back some events again. We kind of took a break for a little bit. Life was busy,
Mhm.
between the stylists, and there was a lot of like big events going on, Bree's wedding and fun things and holidays. And so we took a little bit of a break. But I would like to get something like that organized again where we're inviting the community in, whether it looks like what it did before with our unstranded events, or whether maybe we're just doing kind of pop-ups and inviting people to come in and have them like learn to style their hair a certain way, or blowouts or something. But really just want to invite people in and get that feeling, right? Because as soon as they
Mhm.
step in the door, they're gonna fall in love. But
Yeah.
we gotta invite them in. So
Totally.
really excited to start doing something like that this year. And then yeah, just filling our salon with beautiful, like-minded people.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Because, the word's gotten out in the community when it comes to the clients that we serve. It's just finding the right people to help fulfill on that promise that people have come to expect when they come to the salon, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you're gonna be extremely successful with that, because you know exactly what it is that we're looking for, and we've been getting some great applications. It's just, yeah, making sure that they're the right fit, for protecting that, like, specialness that we have at the salon, and being excited about what it is that we're doing with Heal the Industry and being that, like, with the flagship salon. I mean, that's basically where it started, and I mean, that's literally where it started for me. Like, I'll for sure have to do a podcast episode talking about, because fun fact, the Oregon salon location was a prior salon once upon a time. And that was actually the first salon that I did hair at, which is a full circle whole podcast episode in and of itself.
Yeah. Such a cool story though. So cool.
Totally, totally. But yeah, I'm excited for what it is that we are doing. I'm excited that we're doing it together, and that we get to like lean on each other and what it is that we are building. And yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a really amazing year, setting the foundation for like what Nova Strands Oregon was always meant to be. So, um, I always like to end every podcast episode with one question. So if you could wave a wand over the industry and change one thing that you feel like would just do massive healing, what would it be, that one thing that you would do?
I say this all the time, and I feel like now it sounds kind of cliche, but it's so, so true, especially for the baby stylist coming out of beauty school. Community over competition always.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't look at your fellow stylist. Don't do the comparison thing where you're comparing of, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, or her stuff is better than mine, or build that community. Reach out. We're all
Yeah.
just doing the same thing. There's enough hair for all of us.
Absolutely. Honestly, like, and be like a number one fan. Like, don't be afraid to like give a girl a shout out and say, like, I'm proud of you. I see you. Like, because I completely agree. Like, you can all rise together and you never know like how that could serve you too in the future and stuff. Like, I love that. Community versus competition. I had a podcast episode talking about that.
I remember that one.
It's such a good one.
It is. It's so good. I mean, I feel like, yeah, we do hear it a lot, but we
Yeah.
don't always see it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Totally. Well, and my advice to salon owners that are out there that feel like they're carrying the burden of just everything by themselves and they feel like they are doing it all alone, I would encourage you to look to the people that are already vested in you, believe in what it is that you are creating, because at the end of the day, most of the time, like, we are wired to just want to be a part of something that is
Mhm.
growing that we believe in. And you don't know what kind of opportunities and excitement that you can create for those who are already alongside you by empowering them to do the things that maybe are weighing you down and holding you back. It excites them, like, and you guys go so much further together than you do apart. Like, you think about kayaking and a boat, like when they've got multiple rowers on the boat, you're gonna speed up and go so much faster than when you're by yourself and then maybe you're spinning on the lake and doing weird things. um,
So true.
lean into your people. They want to be a part of it. Like, case in point, Andi. Like, look at her. She went from going to be back to beauty school, coming in and training at the salon, being a stylist in the salon, being an operations manager, and now a partner at the location. Like, amazing. I'm so excited. Well, this was such a fun podcast episode, Andi. I'm so excited for everything that we have in store for the year. And this is such a fun way to announce, like, you're officially the partner at the Oregon location.
Yay. So cool. Thank you for inviting me on the podcast. Yes, I
Yes.
agree. This is so special. I'm so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and if people want to follow you on Instagram, where can they find you?
I am Andi.nova.strands.
Yeah, Andi with an I.
Yes, Andi with an I. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Andi with an I.
And I'll be sure to put that in the show notes because you definitely want to see the things that she is going to be putting out there on leading in your salon and building that team. So exciting. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have the most amazing day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.